You're surrounded by the creaking of timber in an old ship's sides. But you're not on a ship. Welcome to Wolf Trap. Listeners, I feel obliged to start off tonight's broadcast with an apology. I found myself staring blankly at an empty coffee mug in my living room last night, with no recollection of how I got there. As I browsed through a series of irate emails, it became apparent that I'm missing approximately a week and a half of my memory. As we all know, this happens from time to time, but I do apologize for my absence. Or what I assume was an absence. Perhaps I've been broadcasting as usual. These things do happen. In any case, I will be doing my best to bring you up to date. Who knows? Maybe you're missing fragments of memory too. Fragments so minuscule that you barely notice they're gone, but which add up to an entirely different person who you could have been. First of all, I would like to congratulate Councilman Lecter on winning the pie contest. We were all extremely gratified when semi-professional pie critic Dale Cooper not only stopped by our town, but agreed to lend us his expertise. The winning pie was a rustic tart of roasted berries with lavender honey-sweetened goat cheese. I was initially thrown off by the gorgeous presentation, Cooper is reported as saying, because in my experience some chefs focus so heavily on the art that the taste itself is rather lacking. He wiped a tear from his eye and went on to extol the virtues of Councilman Lecter's pie. The winner himself was modest in the face of such high praise. When asked for the secret to his luscious pie, he replied, "It's in the crust," both enigmatic and gracious. This Saturday, the Wolf Trap Community Band will be having a concert. The concert will be held at the Raspel Memorial Bandshell or, in the case of rain, in the high school auditorium. The performance will feature a cello solo by Tobias Budge, you know, the music teacher. Admission is free, but donations of lambs or small goats for sacrificial purposes are encouraged for those who can afford it. As a special treat for the kids, there will also be a free amateur mycology workshop this Sunday afternoon. Little ones can learn to recycle ancestral remains to grow mushrooms for fun, food, and profit. The class will meet at 2 p.m., and Mr. Stamets requests that each child bring a small piece of human flesh as a starter, because last time there wasn't enough to go around, and not everyone was happy with the results of his improvisation. I've just received word of another truly fortunate occurrence during my possible absence. Listeners, Frederick Chilton is in the hospital, and it's about time. Witnesses say that he was, and I quote, covered in bees. Abel Gideon, Wolf Trap's foremost and only transvestite beekeeper, is rumored to be involved. I can only hope that we as a community can manage to demonstrate sufficient gratitude. Wolf Trap's serial dognapper remains at large. The latest pooch to fall victim belongs to James Gum, who describes his missing dog as small, fluffy, and precious. Oh, excuse me, the dog's name is Precious. Mr. Gum is offering to tailor a person suit, whatever that means, as a reward for anyone who returns the dog. Listeners, I'm sorry to cut the broadcast short, but the whispering in the woods around my house is growing urgent in tone. I will leave you with this. Beyond the edges of your vision, there is only void. It is always there. Do not seek it out. The abyss gazes also. Good night, Wolf Trap.